standing on the curb outside Vuvu's beauty bar. It's the evening of her sip and shop, and Lunga wants to know what secrets is Priya talking about. What secrets has she been keeping? Vuvu doesn't know what to say. She didn't see him standing there. She's desperately trying to think of something to get through this. She can't. So she decides, I'm just going to keep it walking. I do not want to get into this right here. And he stops her. Baby, what secrets has she been keeping? Somehow she was able to talk her way out of it and bring it back to the fact that Priya was mad at her because she betrayed her. Lunga's looking at her like, I don't understand. We had this conversation. I told you not to do it. Why? How are you this stubborn? How are you this proud to take business advice? You know I'm in business. Like, what is wrong? Why did you do this? She's not in the mood for any lecture. She's not. She doesn't want to hear it. She knows she's messed up. He doesn't need to tell her. So she walks back inside. She's like, baby, I'm going back inside. I want to enjoy the rest of my event. Now, the weeks to follow after this event, their relationship was somewhat on the rocks. I mean, on the outside looking in, it looked like the same, but Lunga was feeling some type of way. He was, quite frankly, turned off by it. Like, the way this woman moves, no, not into it. Yaya was well aware that Priya was upset and there was this big rift in their friendship circle, and she wanted to find a way to bring them back together. So she called Priya up and she was like, please, can we meet somewhere and just talk? And so they go to a cafe. She tries to explain things away for Vuvu, and Priya's not having it. She lets her know, babe, I get it. I really get it, Yaya. She is your best friend. And to be very honest, I've always been the plus one in that dynamic. Yes, I know we're all friends, but you and her are closer. We've always excused Vuvu's behavior. It's always been, yes, but we know Vuvu. Yes, but we know Vuvu. That's not an excuse. And in my own foolishness, I let that be a thing. And I let it be a thing because I never thought the day would come where Vuvu would betray me. I've watched her do to other people, but me, out of all people, I can't. I've tried to get past it, and I'm struggling because I just don't get how her mind works. After everything, me taking her to Lagos, introducing her to my contacts, how could she do it? How can she do it? And this isn't me trying to be difficult. This is me saying I've been burned once and I'm not trying to be burned again. I've seen how this girl is with other people and she's shown me she knows how to be that way with me. I can't. Again, Yaya's trying to excuse it, reminding her that they've all done foolish things. They've all been up to foolery. She needs to forgive this, that, and the other. Priya reminds her, yes, we've all been up to foolery, but we were all single when we were doing it. Vuvu's the only one who's got a man. Now, Priya, God bless her soul, really believed that being single was an excuse. But single or not, there's always consequences when it comes to this type of stuff. But we'll get there. She lets her know, Yaya, I respect you. I will always have love for you. I have no problems with you, babe. If you want us to meet up again, I'm happy to meet up. As far as I'm concerned, you and I are friends. But as far as Vuvu, I do not want to be a part of it. I am not doing it. And my advice to you is just be careful. I'm not telling you to stop being her friend. Just be careful. If she can do it to me, if she can do it to her man who takes such good care of her, just be careful. Lunga went for a jog that morning, and before he headed home, he went to the grocery store to pick up some things. That's when he ran into Cassandra, Andile's girl. He was so happy to see her. I mean, it had been a minute. He wanted to know where she had been, what she'd been up to. I mean, he was throwing questions at her. And the more he's speaking, she's looking at him like, he clearly doesn't know. And no, he doesn't. She tells him that her and Andile broke up and he cannot believe it. He is shocked. I mean, Cassandra is that woman in Andile's life. He's always known that. So when did this happen? How? Why? And why hasn't Andile said anything? Now it's starting to make sense because homeboy has been MIA. He wants to know what happened. Respectfully. She tells him, Lunga, I don't want to get in between you and Andile's friendship. I respect it. I came into that dynamic knowing you guys to be really close. And yeah, I don't want to get involved, but I really feel you have the right to know. First, before I tell you, I need you to understand that I'm not telling you any of this so that you can make some sort of decision, because the truth is I haven't fully made a decision. Andile and I are still going on dates. I'm still allowing him to try and win me back, if that's even a thing. I don't even know if I still want to be with him. Perhaps I'm doing this because I want closure. Whatever it is, Andile and I are not completely done. And I'm still trying to figure myself out. But as I said, you have the right to know. At some point when you were away on your business trip, Andile's phone kept going off. And I noticed that it was Vuvu. And not knowing that you were on your business trip, I assumed that perhaps it was you calling. But something just did not feel right. And so I pushed the matter further. Like 2 days after that, I somehow managed to get my hands on his phone and I went through it. And what I saw shocked me. And it was very clear that him and Vuvu were doing some things. I'm sorry, I really didn't want you to hear this from me, but that's what happened. He's listening to this news and his blood is boiling. He is like, what in the world is this woman saying? And he listens and he listens. And he thanks her for being honest. But he needs to get out of there. You see that grocery basket homeboy was carrying? He puts it down in the middle of the aisle and walks off. He leaves the store, gets in his car and speeds back to his place where he finds Vuvu sitting in the lounge. He doesn't greet her. He doesn't, I'm back from my run, babe. No. He gets there and he's like, Vuvu, give me your phone. And she's like, excuse me? What? Nomvula, give me your phone. Now, by the way he was talking and acting, she knew he was not asking. He was demanding her phone. Now her hand is shaking because she has got an idea what this is about. So she's here unlocking her phone. As soon as it unlocks, he snatches it like this. He snatches the phone and he starts scrolling. He knows what he's looking for. He knows what he's looking for, who he's looking for. And he gets to the name and he opens the chat and he sees it all. He doesn't even hesitate. Cassandra has told him. He just needed the confirmation. He's like, get up, get your things and get out my place. Vuvu was not expecting this. She is in panic mode. She gets up and she starts packing. He is too mad to try and argue with. She's packing her things and thinking, what can I say? At some point, she desperately turns back and she's like, baby, please, this is all one big misunderstanding. Please don't do this. And he is not hearing any of it. In fact, he lets her know with that same strength, with that same confidence you used to cheat, use it to pack your things and leave my place now. What he was actually saying is, take the L like a champ. I need you to be gone. Now, that's the thing about people who are loved so generously and never return that type of love. They never imagine that the person loving them will eventually have enough, will take that love away. They always think that it is a sure thing, it's always going to be there. And so they use it and they abuse it. And when it's taken, they don't know what to do. But rest assured, they will remember. They will remember you. They will remember. So she leaves his place. And I don't know what else to say, but she was feeling wrecked. One would think she was feeling like, well, good riddance, at least now I can do my things in peace. But no, she knew she had lost an incredible man. She knew this love, this comfort, this security was gone.